It's horrible. Where I lived growing up, I lived on Lake Roosevelt. Lots of people, like there was neighbors, there was people that lived there, but we actually had to petition and gather like, I mean, some asinine amount of money to get internet out to our houses, like drilled. It's bad. Like it's very spotty out there. Just because there's no towers, there's no industry, there's no one driving internet to go out there. Like Microsoft and Amazon are in Seattle, so that's where everything is. So that sucks. I would warn you of that. Like, watch internet wherever you go. Because there's some gorgeous places to live, but you will be fucking balls sucked. No, not, I mean, there's a lot of people that live in Eastern Washington literally with no electricity to this day. Because they love it. CK has too pretty of a voice to sing his stream. Disney thinks they paid for that studio time. Thank you for the compliment. I love singing songs from Frozen, though. Eliza and I could get real in trouble.
Uh-huh.
But Eastern Washington is beautiful. Where are you looking about? Just curious. If you have like an area.
All right, I'm gonna drop and go grab some more. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go for it. I'd say that I'd want to go to this skinhead place. You don't want to go there. There's nothing there. I mean, the campground even sucked. It wasn't a great campground. My parents were kind of pissed about it. It's not good. You don't want to go there. But it is, like, northern Idaho has this insane statistic. They have a huge population of neo-Nazis. It's real weird. Probably because it's the middle of nowhere and no one tells them not to. Issaquah, Washington's pretty, but they have so many fucking cookie-cutter houses. Every time I drive through that town, it just looks like gingerbread houses. Like, how do you get anywhere when everything looks the same? Yeah, you could, like what Fraser said, you could live in Washington and shop and vacation in Oregon. You could live in, like, Port Angeles. Is it Port Angeles? The town that's way south in Washington. There's also Vancouver, Washington, that are way the fuck down there. I can't remember. I lived north Seattle my whole life, so I'm not too familiar with South Seattle. Frozen just went off.
Did you by chance pick up a storage chest, Kate?
Pick up a storage chest?
Yeah, and like, do you have one in your inventory? No. I might have made the wrong thing by accident, but
I don't. Is there anywhere else it would be? No, sorry. I'm just chilling at this.
No, it's alright. I probably just made the wrong thing. I think I made a stockpile instead of storage chest, which is fine. It'll still get used, but it'd be like that.
I love Frozen music. I'm a big fan. Pasco is a town in Eastern Washington with an airport. Pasco's not bad, but there's not much there. Like, that's the problem. Like, if you look at the state of Washington, like Washington State, not Washington, D.C., the right, like, eighth of the state is where the 90% of the population lives. It's all the west coast of it. And then once you get past the Cascade Mountains, it's nobody. It's nobody and it's nothing. Like, there's no industry to drive anything to go out there. So, like, you kind of feel like you go in a time capsule. People are behind a couple years in music and fashion, and, like, the only place in all of the state, like, all of east of the mountains, is Spokane. It has a mall and a movie theater and shit like that. It's, like, an established city. And Spokane's huge. It's the largest city in Washington State, technically, but it's just, like, an enormous trailer park. Like, imagine a trailer park spread out for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. That's Spokane.
I believe server just went down, so I am gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah, we were gonna do mandatory break.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
They took us on this hike, and at one point we're going near this small, like, not a pond, but just a water hole.
Okay.
And there's this really springy part of the ground, and it's like, wow, this is really neat. For those of you that don't know, when an alligator digs a nest...
I know what springy ground means. Where is this going? Go on, I'm sorry.
When an alligator builds a nest, it's in the side of a water hole, and they line it with sticks and stuff, so it becomes very springy and kind of absorbent. So you just had a bunch of Boy Scouts jumping on top of an alligator nest.
Was there a special badge for that?
Yes, it was the Darwin Award.
Were you caught? Like, did someone catch you? What happened?
They didn't notice. Like, we just kept hiking.
That's the best. You literally almost died. That's beautiful.
Oh, God. I've gone on walks and I was standing next to some water, and I'm just staring out at the water, and there's just this big splash next to me. There had been a gator like 6 foot from me,
That's happened to
just
me.
chilling on the shore, and he looked over and went, "Fuck you," and went back into the water. And I'm like, "Oh,
that's happened to me before. That is some scary shit, my dudes. Like, take them Everglades seriously. That happened to me I think my first time in Florida. I was near oh my god, what's the college town in the middle? Why do I always forget the name? The Gators.
College town in Gainesville."
Gainesville, yeah. I have my aunt lived in Gainesville, now she's south somewhere. And we were visiting her and walking in the woods, and I mean exactly how you described it. Like, we were walking along some water, and it was a swamp, so we were pretty far away, like, 20 feet away from the water-ish on a walkway. And it was a big splash. It was like if a whale was like in knee-deep water. And my aunt just goes, "Oh yeah, that must have been one of them gators." I was like, "What the fuck?"
You instantly know what it is, because I'm like, that's too big to have been anything other than a large reptile.
Yep. And like, living in Maryland, we don't have gators, but we have snapping turtles. So now I know what turtles sound like going to water. I know exactly what a gator sounds like going to water. It does not sound like a turtle. That was a scary moment for me. I was like, "You live near dinosaurs that could just rip you into the water?" And she's like, "Yeah, but if you don't go too close, they just..." I'm like, "Oh." But I mean, that's how like all my friends from like England say that about everybody in America. They're like, "You guys have like wolves and cougars and you go on mountain hikes?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, they don't attack most of the time."
I've never seen a panther on a hike. I've seen bears, peacocks,
Hello?
deer.
You've
yeah,
seen
there's
a
wild peacocks in
peacock?
Florida. There are wild peacocks in Florida because people just let the fuckers go.
That's a huge problem in Florida. I shouldn't laugh. Just so you guys know, like, there's a lot of animals and shit that are going on this like ban list because of people in Florida. They like,
There's literally 60 reptiles that you can't have in the state of Florida because people just let those fuckers go.
it is asinine. I mean, you can't own like most of the snakes, most of the lizards that like I could just buy off the internet for $5. They can't own them because people let them go and then they go fucking wild. I crafted. Oh, there it is. Just kidding. I found it.
In
story of my
southern,
life.
yeah, in southern Florida, they have annual hunting season for boa constrictors because so many people have let boa constrictors loose in the Everglades that they're an invasive species now.
I've read about that before. It's pretty gnarly.
Also, feel free to go for a swim, Kate. Like, there's other islands to explore with other ingredients to gather, but make sure like you bring food.
Can I basically harvest like anywhere? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Feel free.
Unless
Be
it's someone's
free.
like property, right? And it'll
Yeah,
say
it won't let you do it though.
Cool. That's what I thought. Yeah.
You won't grief anyone. Like, you'll be good.
I didn't want to like
Oh, yeah.
accidentally be picking someone's tomatoes.
There's not many rules. You're
Oh, my
break.
stomach's full.
Like,
Sick.
you have to intentionally break rules, honestly.
I know that Buffalo really wanted to get in on me. What up, Shadowhound? 24-hour stream? No fucking way. I've done that one time and it was terrible.
Oh, my server encountered an exception.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Isn't Texas work like banning tigers and zebras for the same shit? Dude, Texas, there are more tigers in captivity in Texas than there are in the wild right now. It's wild. I would never live in Texas just because their government is scary. I know a lot of Texans and they're all wonderful people, but their government is a horror. Yep, the lionfish are a big problem there. Yeah, open lionfish hunting. It's insane. I've never let an animal go in the wild. I never would. Avarice, right? Though I want to go, but the shark won't kill me, right?
No, you're fine. Okay. Nothing can kill you. Like no person on the server.
There's
and
nothing
no animal
scary
can kill
in
you.
this game. I play this, Kate.
Oh, I forgot about that. The funniest wildlife close encounter was when I was rock climbing in Colorado and I came face to face with a porcupine. Cute. Have you ever heard one eat before? For real? That's not a joke question. Probably not. Most people don't Google the things I Google.
I don't think I have.
Oh, what's his name?
Sometimes I forget you're talking to me, Kate. Like, I feel like you're just talking to you, Matt, but I'm like just here listening live like it's a podcast almost.
Dude, I feel it.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
spiritually, I feel
I'm
exactly
like, oh
what you're
shit,
saying.
right? I'm here.
Trying to escape a lab.
That is not what I expected to come out of your mouth. Go on.
That reminds me of a game I played as a kid. It was this, I'm assuming educational, like rat maze mouse trap type game, but it was a computer game, and like it was almost engineering, architectural type learning, where like you had to get this thing to a certain path, and there was all different traps and different.
Was it called Jumpstart?
That does not sound familiar.
Weird.
I think it
Okay.
was called like rat trap or something, or rat maze.
Well, Murgle, that's the thing. I used to have pet rats, and I wonder if they laughed at me fucking.
I may be way off though.
Insulting a
I
little.
played a game like that when well, yeah, actually, there's like a 15-year difference between me being a kid and you being a kid, so probably nothing in common.
Trekkie, that
No, it
makes me
was
so
a
happy.
like 2D-ish platformer side scroll thing.
Mm.
Eliza escaped a lab when she was a kid. This explains a lot. Mark, you have no idea how much that would explain. Especially if the lab was somewhere near my family. Because Eliza not only looks uncannily like my younger sister, they are uncannily alike. And it's weird.
I
We've
don't. Did
questioned things.
she do one of those genetic test things? One of
Yep,
the kits?
she did the ancestry with me, yeah.
I don't think it came up as relatives or clones, so
I mean, did they come up with clones? Is that even in there yet?
I think it would come up as a twin.
Oh, maybe, yeah, you're right. 1 snow leopard, 2 Siberian tigers. You want to be fed those things? Wait, what?
Fed 2. I did the same
Oh my
thing.
god. Thank you. I was like, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. What?
Yeah, I'm like, but the meat is so rich in iron, you die anyway. Why the fuck would you do that?
That's beautiful. I feel bad for cheetahs. Despite being fast, they don't really have all that great defensive abilities. I've heard they're not very smart either. Like, they literally got speed and that was it. They're kind of idiots, which is really sad. Thank you, Squeaky. I love rats. I had pets. I've had multiple pairs of rats. You should always have a pair. They're very social. As pets, they're an amazing small apartment pet. They're super intelligent, very clean. You'd be surprised. Rats are insanely clean. And they don't smell at all. But they don't live long, and that's really sad. Like, they have the intelligence and like affection of a dog, but they only live 3 years. It's terrible. And they giggle,
Yeah,
which is
that's
now I
terrible.
don't know if that's a pro or a con though.
It means when you tickle them, they might be actually laughing with you.
Oh god. Oh fuck me. I don't know how I feel about giggling animals, guys. I don't even like giggling children, to be fair, or people. I feel like you're forcing your joy on me.
I'm gonna need you to take your joy and go elsewhere.
I'm gonna need you to just not. Thanks.
You know when you're in a restaurant and there's an appropriate volume to laugh and have a conversation with your friends, but then there's that one bitch that just cackles so loud your dead grandmother hears it.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
she's
live in
shoving her
Florida.
joy on
That's
me.
everybody at a restaurant.
I don't know how you do it, to be honest. Well,
I
no,
don't go
actually,
to restaurants for the
yep.
last 2 years.
Gonna say this explains a lot, honestly. Guys, I received a clam.
Oh,
Ooh.
did you slam the clam?
May I?
Sure. It's up to you.
I slammed it. I want to be like one of those like the Himalayan funerals where you're just laid out on the mountains for the vultures to just consume. I don't want to take up space by being buried somewhere. Like, there's no one going to be around after me. I'm not having kids, so no one's going to be looking
Become
for
a
me.
tree. Be put into a firework.
There's no one going to be to plant me or set me off, though. Like, it's got to be something that just someone can do absentmindedly that doesn't actually care about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, sticking my corpse on a hill isn't too hard.
My favorite one is I want my remains spread across Mar-a-Lago. Not cremated, though, and preferably from a plane.
Like Kanye dropping Louis Vuitton.
Exactly.
Gloria Holy, the lady of clamshells. The lady of slam. The
I'm
clam
just waiting for
slam.
someone to roll up on you in the middle of the ocean, honestly.
Dude, if I
I
could be a
just
ghost and watch someone butcher me, I would. That'd be dope. I want to see what I look like on the inside. I'm pissed off I don't even know what my back looks like. Of course I want to see the insides. I have to get a mirror to see a part of my body, and that upsets me.
They did an echocardiogram on me. It was really cool seeing my own heart.
I want to do that so bad. That would be, I mean, it's surreal, isn't it? Like your brain tells you it's not yours.
Yeah, they had the audio turned on, so I basically got to listen to
Oh,
my own heartbeat for like 20 minutes.
how did that feel? Like emotionally, like seriously.
It was very weird. Like, it is very weird to literally see and hear your own heartbeat. Like, you've heard one in like a stethoscope or something,
Yeah.
but to like see it on an ultrasound machine and watch it beat and then hear the sound, and the actual sound is very sobering.
It's wild. Hearing that sound from that machine, the swooshing, the blood swooshing, really makes you
Hmm.
brings you to like earth. You're like, wow, I'm alive. Like there's a whole machine going on the inside. You don't really think about until something's wrong. Angel, why are you freaked
Yeah.
out, honey bean?
Oh, the actual thing is easy. Like, you literally just lay there. You might get a little lube on you because they have to kind of grease you up a little bit for the echo or
Probes.
ultrasound machine.
But we
They'll
usually
wipe it
wipe it
off.
off, right?
Yeah.
I always wiped it off. I hope people don't just leave other people creamy.
I watched them do one on my dad recently. That was fun.
Oh, dude. I wish I would have been there for when my mom had like her AFib moment. Not because I wanted to be there while my mom's like potentially gonna die. She didn't, thank fuck, but to see that stuff would have been really cool. I still like listening to my own heart still, it's hard to connect it to yourself and be like, that's you. It's very bizarre. I'm
Yeah.
very jealous
It's
you get to
like
see it.
when if they ever draw blood from you and you have the line running over your hand to feel how hot your blood actually is.
Oh, did I ever tell you they one time it was God, what was I doing? I don't remember why. I was getting a lot of blood drawn though. They were probably doing a test for something, testing for like hypothyroidism or something weird. But they were taking multiple vials, and the dude that was taking them didn't have anywhere to set one down, and literally just casually goes, "Hey, can you hold this for me?" And I'm just a helpful person, didn't even think about it, and I grabbed it, and it was hot. It was like fresh out of my arm, and that was gross. That was weird. I didn't like it. It was so hot in my hand.
I can out awkward you.
Oh, do it.
I I had to go to a gastroenterologist for an exam because I was having some issues. He didn't have a light, so as a joke, I said, "Well, you could use my phone."
Stop it. No, he
Yeah,
didn't. No, he didn't.
he's like, "Well, it's better than using my phone," and I'm like, "You're not wrong, but this is very awkward." So I turned on the flashlight and handed him my phone.
Your
I can't make
phone
this
has
up.
literally seen some shit that
It's
none of us will ever be graced to see. I'm a little heartbroken. Oh my god, a jelly. What up, bro?
it's a whole new side of me. But yeah, that like I don't think anybody else in the history of anywhere can say that they've had that experience of going, well, you could use my phone, and the doctor going, yeah, sure.
Yeah, no. Nope. I don't think that's ever happened to me, but most of my patients are pretty naked. What up, Virobot? How you doing, bitch? Look, a shark that won't do anything to me.
How scary.
Swanky, how you doing, honeybean? That is, yeah, I don't, I think the only
Like,
awkward time I've ever had at a doctor was my yearly, like, pap smear, which you don't have to do yearly anymore. You
ugh,
only have to do it, like, every 3 years, which is dope. But, she's down there, like, got my vag fucking crocked open with that silver thing and giggled, and I was like,
giggled.
"Excuse me?" And she was like, "Oh," and I heard something, so I know she wasn't lying. Her phone went off in her pocket, and it was on her ass cheek, so she was laughing because it tickled her. But from
Uh,
that day on, I've wondered if I have a funny looking vagina. I don't. I've checked. I've asked. But that was a moment. That's not something you should do when you're looking at people's private parts, giggle. Or say
fair,
things like,
but
"Aw."
but it'd be much worse if she had pulled out her phone.
Amen to that. Yeah, I don't know how I'd feel about that one. Oh, wait, no, I have well, it's not maybe it's awkward. I went in with a friend of mine who went through a really bad breakup in college and, decided to, whore it up and got herpes real fast and just let it, like, break out without going to a
Fester.
doctor for a bit. Yeah. And so by the time she told anybody, she told me, she's like, I need a ride to Planned Parenthood. I need to get checked out. I think I got herpes. And I was like, oh, fuck, okay. And I give her a ride, and she asked me to come into the appointment with her, and I'm fine with it. And I was facing like the wall that, I'm not facing her vagina, obviously. But when the doc came in and she's put her legs in the stirrups, I remember the doc going, oh, honey. And I have no idea to this day what it looked like, but for fuck's sake, for a doctor to react that way to something, anything on your body, it had to been some shit. I have no idea how long she like let it go. I felt so bad for her. Like literally over 70% of the world has herpes. They don't even know it. And she felt
Yeah,
so shameful. She just let it go. I can't.
I'm just picturing a kid with really bad acne.
On your pussy. Yeah. I
Yep.
must have been. I don't know what, I don't have herpes. I've never even been in person to a breakout, but whatever it was made a doctor go, and that was just too much for
I
me.
know it's the same bacteria or whatever that's in cold sores.
Yeah, there's two. There's like herpes complex 1 and herpes complex 2. It's the same virus,
Mm.
but one breaks out in your mouth and one breaks out in your pussy. Yeah.
Yep.
But
Well,
most people
lips and
literally
lips,
get
you
it
know
from like
whatever.
their mom in childbirth, I think. Like it's a huge, and people shame people with herpes heavily. It's kind of crazy.
There were some really weird commercials for a while there, like having herpes is perfectly normal and natural, and it'd be somebody doing something really fucking weird, like
Something not normal or natural.
why is he playing basketball in a sweater when the rest of them are all wearing fucking athletic gear? What the fuck is going on?
Okay. I wouldn't go healthy and natural necessarily. You're not born with herpes, but you're not an unhealthy, disgusting person for having a herpes. Saying it's healthy is like saying herpes adds to your health. I don't know about that. What the fuck is this? What did I pick up? A bean sprout? Exciting.
Yeah, Zeke, I had that same thought, but I'm just like, I'm gonna let that one go because that's just all kinds of.
What happened? From your mom? I mean, not all of us get a chance to eat our moms out, Zeke. I got beat to fuck by one of my brothers one time on their birthday because I decided to wish them happy birthday by telling them, happy, what did I say? I said, like, happy the last time, theoretically, your mouth touched your mom's pussy. I got fucking beat. They did not like that. Don't say that to your older brother. They're violent. It's not as funny to them. It's funny to me. Not as funny. Maybe
Ew.
she's born with it.
Oh god.
Maybe it's herpes.
And now you know the rest of the story.
Oh, everything hurts. I need to go home. I have too much shit. That's not part of becoming an adult?